Greetings and salutations, this is Future Silverain here. Now, when I was recording the Angel Smoothie series, unfortunately I was between a pair of quite long shifts and I was a little out of it by the time I got around to recording this, and I had to get all the editing done at the same time. So, whilst I think it's okay, and as much as I'd like to re-record it anyway, I feel like I'd lose that first impressions vibe, so this is just a sort of too long didn't watch version for you all. Now, the game overall is pretty decent. It's an excellent alpha demo, and I think it shows that Angel Smoothie has quite a bit of potential. It would be unfair to compare it to Valhalla in terms of production and scale, but certainly as a first project via studio, it's not bad. The other thing I need to clarify is, during my first video, I mistook Daun Kompak Studios as Daun Kompak as the user who was making it. Unfortunately, when I was talking to Q, he just mentioned that it was a friend of his project, so I thought it was an individual person making it, not quite a group of people, and not that it was their sort of budding studio, so slight clarification there. Now, just a few bits of constructive criticism. The initial story introduction to the game, well, to the demo and the game overall so far, if this is just the demo version, it's fine, it's a bit lacking. I presume it's because it is the demo and they want to trial the mechanics and get you straight into it. But as you start the game, the waking up in the shop with no real memory doesn't really help engage the player with the character. And also the fact that you instantly get chucked into the mechanics of the game straight afterwards and have a long time between story sections meant that, well, as point 2 I'm going to have took its toll, that I didn't feel particularly engaged and wanted to keep playing. So yes, point 2, since I already mentioned, the smoothie making minigame, the charm wears off relatively quickly at the moment. It's quite simple at the moment, which is understandable, but the constant clicking between the customers meant it was a little frustrating as that screen loaded in and off again, and in again and off again, when you just wanted to get down and get on with it, especially when the customers have repeated introductions that you've already read before, and you're just pressing to skip through it all, and just get on with the minigame. Now, I'm not sure how you can really solve this one. In Valhalla, you kind of solved it by having an engaging puzzle with less clients, but overall the game was a little shorter. Now, as they're going for a more racketeer style approach of get customers in, get them out quickly, I'm not sure how to go about this. Maybe just having, when you've got customers on, the smoothie section up and you don't have to constantly load it in and out. That could work. Another minor point as well for number 3, the mechanical standpoints. The text scroll options are pretty slow at the moment. I would like them to basically add an instant text when click mode, so we can get through the text pretty quickly, especially with stuff we've already read. Also, having a noise every time I click the mouse drove me crazy during this, especially since I was constantly clicking to speed up the text to skip through stuff during the smoothie making process. I was going a little stir crazy. And regarding the sound, which is also my point number 4, this music, this is the only music loop in the whole game. The demo really needs at least one more. This is great as a title screen one, but have an extra little music loop for when you're doing the shop sections, when customers are coming in. It will just break it up a bit more. As I spent about an hour on this because I was, again, as I've mentioned, I was doing the editing at the same time, and this tune's going to be in my head for about a week. It's just there. It's haunting my dreams. It really burnt its way into my skull, almost like screen burn when you leave a picture on a monitor too long. And finally, the art design. I like it so far. It's pretty good. However, there does seem to be slight style inconsistencies. For example, most of the main characters have a very pale sort of colour palette, and they don't really stand out from the background, which has these very bold black lines, and they don't really pop. So you have a slight problem with the background being more noticeable than the foreground. The demon design's pretty good, I like that. I'm not going to complain. Pretty nice. But overall, I think the big things you need to work on for the next demo, or next little bit of progress, is maybe a little adjustment to how the story progression goes. And we'll just have to see how the smoothie making process sort of develops. If I've got any ideas for that, or is possibly just maybe I had one earlier. Sorry, I've written it down. Where is it? Yes. When you have these customers asking for particular smoothies, and I know this is the first week and it's supposed to be the introduction to the game, perhaps have a few come in and go, I'm in the mood for a particular flavour, opposed to demanding a particular smoothie straight away, and you get a bonus note depending on how much closer it is to it. Also, when it comes to introducing unique characters which have a similar method to the thing I've just described, have those conversations last longer. When they're first introduced, they're pretty short, brief, and there's not much of a connection between the characters. It feels a bit rushed, and you don't have much interaction. You get like maybe one choice, and then you make a smoothie for them based on practically no information, which can affect something, I think, like maybe their starting friendship level. I'd go the Valhalla route with that, with those special characters really having a bit more focus on them, and have it that you make several smoothies for them, or you have a lot more back and forth in a conversation to sort of learn their personality type. Maybe make a smoothie for them, maybe have a little bit more of a conversation tree with them, and then they leave, just to make them a bit more special. And again, I am noticing I'm starting to talk in loops here, so I'm going to end it. I hope this helps. I'd still check out the main series anyway, just to see initial reactions, and I'm going to be putting a link in the description to their page for other people to go grab this demo, and I'd like to hear other people's feedback and maybe ideas of how we can help the devs improve the game. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.